Hey, what's good? What's good? This boy, y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey. You got my man Ron, the professor, from the Speakeasy. Fisher should be here soon. As y'all know, this is E2G Presents First Formation Morning Sports Talk, and there's a lot to talk about. So come in and fall on with us so we can get to speaking and getting them catching you up on what went on yesterday. A couple of games in the NFL preseason is worth talking about. We will see situation here and there in the NBA. We covered position used in the defensive line. It's going to be a whole vibe as we usually is. Ryan, what's good with you this morning, brother?
Hey, First Formation, the official
Yes, sir.
sports show of the Armed Forces, Trey.
That's
Ain't no show better in
appreciate
the morning than
it.
First Formation, baby. I'm thankful to
What's
be
going
on.
on
Let's
out there in
rock.
the great? What's going on out there in the great state of Alaska, man? You
It's the rainy season. It's cold and wet.
okay? I see. Cold. Oh, Jesus. Oh goodness. So I'm very sure you was able to catch up. Matter of fact, I'm not. Am I going to start there? Matter of fact, I think I will
I
start there.
think you
I'm
should.
very. I think you should. I, were you able to catch any of the games last night?
I got a new favorite quarterback, Trey. I think I'm the national spokesman for the All Black Quarterbacks Conference. Um, I
Oh,
have Cam Newton, Michael Vick, Justin Fields, even Jameis Winston. I find myself always rooting for them unconditionally. It bothers me a lot because most of the times they don't turn out to be what they're supposed to be. Jamarcus
mhm.
Russell, Vince Young, but I feel like we got some with Malik Willis. I liked him last night.
So I didn't even get a chance to really catch Malik Willis. I caught the back end of the Giants and New England Patriots game, but I was as I was sitting here because I was working on some graphics for some. I watched I kind of watched the Sports Center's highlights, and I see saying Malik Willis was doing some things. Uh, I don't know. I didn't go back and watch. The game came on a little later by the time I was going upstairs, so I didn't really get to see. I didn't sit and watch it. So I wouldn't be able to. I'll let you be the compass for it. Is Ryan Tannehill potentially in trouble? But before then, let's talk about this New York Giants, New England Patriots game. Uh, of course, I guess very short for people, especially those from predominantly from the E2G Sports Network, as they're based out of the Boston, Massachusetts area. Um, the Giants faced off against the New England Patriots last night, being able to come out victorious, 23-21. If let's see if they can carry any of that over into the regular season. At that point, they're 1-0 for the preseason with two more games to go. Um, Tyrod Taylor led with 13 completions, 21 attempts, 13 to 21 for 129 yards with one touchdown. Davis Webb in appearance, 8 of 16 for 51 yards. And of course, starter Daniel Jones, 6 for 10 with 69 yards passing. Uh, Saquon Barkley did play, did a chance to come short. Four carries for 13 yards with a 3.2 average. But of course, on the majority of the load, he only played a short amount of time. Of course, Jashawn Corbin, 6 carries for 23 yards. Gary Brightwell, 7 carries for 40 yards. Antonio Williams, 9 carries for 61 yards with a touchdown. Receiving, uh, Darius Slayton did show, as we know, he was acquired the year before, but really didn't get any chance to play. But he did show recording one reception for 17 yards. Saquon 1 for 8 yards. Austin Allen 1 for 15 yards. But all, of course, the heavy lifting was done by the Collins Johnson, 7 receptions, 82 yards. Richie James, 3 receptions, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Jashawn Corbin, 5 receptions for 28 yards. Gary Brightwell, 2 receptions, 19 yards. And lastly, Alex Bachman with 2 for 17. When it comes out, everyone, you did have a couple other people with 1 reception, but it's preseason, so you can expect that the ball is going to be moved around uh, a lot with some people that we're probably not going to end up seeing again. Uh, the Patriots, Brian Hoyer, as we know, Mac Jones did not start. He was dressed out, but he didn't play. But they did start Brian Hoyer 5 of 8 for 59 yards and 1 touchdown. And then Bailey Zappi, 19 of 32, 205 yards, 1 reception, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Pierre Strong Jr. Six carries for 25 yards. J.J. Taylor 5 carries, 16 yards. Kevin Harris 6 carry, 9 yard, and of course Bailey Zappi with 1 carry for 2 yards. Kevin Harris did record a touchdown, as we know. Um, there was a retired. Oh, hold on, let me get to this. Players, of course, wide receiver Christian Wilkinson, 8 receptions, 99 yards. Trey Nixon, 4 receptions, 81 yards. Lil Jordan Humphrey, 6 receptions, 62 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, 2 receptions, 9 yards, 1 reception. And J.J. Taylor, 1 reception, 11 yards. As that finishes up for, like I said, New York was victorious, 23-21. Ron, do you think any of this show? Did you see anything that during that game? Bill Zappi, 4th round selection by the Patriots. Have they found a backup at this point? Lil Humphrey Jordan, have they found their wide receiver at this point? How did Daniel Jones look?
The answer is no, no,
Mm,
maybe yes, and no.
okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Both
I
of
was
these
about to.
teams is a
Uh huh.
both of these teams is a both of these teams is a dumpster fire.
Mm.
Patriots have two defensive coordinators calling the offensive plays for
Patricia and
them.
Judge. Yeah.
Um, and it's pretty funny that the Giants rolled out their starting quarterback and running back. I'm pretty sure they played just about all their starters, which lets us know everything we need to know about the Giants. Oh, they said roll them all out there. Danny Jones, you got to prove yourself in
Yeah.
preseason.
The,
Same for you, Barkley. It's wild. Mac Jones didn't play, but Danny Jones and Barkley did.
they kept the
It
same
says a
energy.
lot about them.
But so Tyrod Taylor. Let's talk about Tyrod Taylor. As you just said, you are probably the president of the Black
Black
Quarterback
quarterback division.
Coalition. Tyrod Taylor presumably keeps getting opportunities to where he's probably should be the starter. I don't know for the most part for here, but in any case, every time an opportunity presents itself, something happens to Tyrod Taylor. Do you see at some point during the season a benching of Daniel Jones and Tyrod getting the nod?
1,000,000%.
Mm,
I don't know how he's not the starting quarterback for Houston. I don't know how he's the starting quarterback for Cleveland
San Diego. I mean,
or the
or
Patriots.
saying Seattle, but
Yeah, he just getting passed around.
blunt tactics. Uh, so Saquon, as you see, Coach Wayne, Coach Wayne is talking about Saquon, basically saying same thing, and then basically giving a soliloquy on Tyrod Taylor. We conversation saying that Tyrod can't stay healthy, but he says Saquon looked good. Do you agree? Do you think this is a season where we finally get a full dose of Saquon Barkley, or is it the usual a couple of games and then he goes out and then another situation?
I think that's why the Giants played him. He had 4 carries, so it's probably like 1.5 series. Just like, fingers crossed. Are you gonna go out there and get injured? We got to try it. Just go out there and run. Let's see what happens.
It's like putting the
Um,
private out to chest to go test if any nuclear biological chemicals in the area. Well,
this is
that's
this
how the
is
army does it.
this is the year of Saquon. This is he could become the best player. He also could be a non-player.
Mm.
No one knows. Not even Saquon knows. And that's why he's my number one destination landing spot in fantasy football. You can not pass on Saquon because the floor is so low and the ceiling is so high. It's like the Los Angeles Lakers. You can see him missing the playoffs. You can see him winning a championship. What you gonna do?
Of course, Coach Wayne speaks about not with no line, O line. Uh, so think,
Saquon don't need no O line if you're healthy.
and I was about to wonder
Would you agree?
that he doesn't need an O line. He's not Barry Sanders. That's the only people we see who doesn't need an O line that could be productive. I think
Only one?
so. I think like
Adrian
so.
Peterson.
Okay, okay, but he runs with reckless abandonment. So he's like like
Reckless endangerment.
like he doesn't like Adrian Peterson. So, Coach, we understand that every quarter, every running back needs a line, but I'm just stating that for the most part, like because there has to be 11 players out there, you're going to get 5 linemen regardless. So, yes, we understand he needs a line, but for the most part, Barry Sanders didn't have a line, is what I'm saying, and he was able to be productive. He had people that were able to hold off rushers for enough time for him to get through the holes. But a lot of times it was him doing dancing and running away. As we say, a broken play never fails. Um, so that's what I'm saying. But anyone else has not been able to produce those type of numbers based off in the same situation. So I get it. Yes, every back needs a line. The line is the reason why the line's there for the most part. But just from that point, there's only been one running backs that we've seen that has been productive with the lack of a line for the most part until he just decided like I'm done. So, but I got it. You know what I'm saying?
He's he he's in his third year, Trey. In his first year, he broke all the records. I mean, I know Barry played in the '90s, but this is the 2020s. Like the defenses ain't the same. He's gonna have 5 linemen out there regardless. He he should be able to eat. It should be it should really be bad if he stay healthy. Saquon's really good. I guess everybody forgot.
No, no. So no, I don't think it was forgot because, like he said, he came in when he came into the league. Everyone was like, "Okay, Saquon." He was doing his thing in that first year. There've been more majority of the first year before he ended up going down. The second year comes back, he's down again, and then so I'm not disputing that saying he can be productive, of course, but it's like anyone can be productive if healthy, and for the most part, a vast majority of those people who we can say if healthy is going to be a problem, they are going to also be a problem if they have an offensive line. You know what, Coach? I'm going to put the Pinterest in this, and I'm going to get all the answers. Lomas Brown, of course, I already know Lomas Brown was on Glover and Hardings. Got you. I'm going to definitely come back to that. Uh, definitely, we're looking to come back to that conversation. So, um, the second game, of course, the game in which Ron initially started out with speaking about in with Malik Williams in reference to Malik Williams. Where is it at? That game, of course, being the excuse me. That game, of course, being the Patriots. The correction, not Patriots. The Ravens faced off against the Titans. Ravens was able to get the W, winning 23-10.
Mm.
Logan Woodside, 14 for 24, 102 yards, 2 interceptions. Malik Willis, 6 for 11, 107 yards. Julius Chestnut, 7 carries, 44 yards. Malik Willis, 5 carries himself, 38 yards with a touchdown. Hassan Haskins, 6 receptions, 6 carries, 19 yards. And again, Logan Woodside, 1 carry for 5 yards. The receiving core for the Tennessee Titans, Racy McMath, 1 reception, 48 yards. Terry Godwin, 31 yards with 4 receptions. Mason Kinsley, 2 receptions and 30 yards. Hassan Haskins, 3 receptions, 29 yards. Chestnut, one reception, 12 yards. Bradley Moore, 2 for 14. And Brandon Lewis, 2 for 16. On the other side of the ball, the Ravens, Tyler Huntley, 16 for 18 for 109 yards, one touchdown. Anthony Brown, 10 completions for 15 yards, 117 yard. Brett Hundley, two receptions, two completions, two attempts, 42 yards. Nate McCary, 5 carries, 31 yards. Mike Davis, 5 carries, 22 yards, one touchdown. Tyler Huntley, 3 carries for 17 yards. Corey Clement, 4 carries for 17 yards, as well as Tyler Batty, 6 carries for 19 yards. From the receiving aspect, Shamar Bridges, 4 receptions, 62 yards, one touchdown. Isley Blakely, 4 receptions, 44 yards. Makai Polk, 6 receptions, 43 yards. Riley Webb, 1 for 34. Benjamin Victor, 4 receptions for 30 yards. Josh Oliver, 2 for 17. And Jalen Moore, 2 for 15. Of course, no other real anyone that you would be really expecting, like Perryman, or any of them played yesterday or last night. You were saying, Ron, when in reference to the
I
Ravens.
have a lot to say. That's what you want me
Okay,
to start with?
go ahead, brother. Have at it. Let's talk.
These dang Baltimore Ravens. I, outside of the Patriots, is there not anything that's been run over the past 2 decades, Trey? Ain't been my Rams. We had so many lapses and down years, as has your Niners,
Mm-hmm.
as has many other teams. I can't think of anyone outside the Patriots that's as consistent. I probably got to put the Steelers right along with the Ravens, but this is their 21st consecutive year in a row winning a preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that's a dope stat. Because I feel like the Ravens is going to be the best team in the AFC this year.
Mm.
And what's preseason wins about? I mean, your third and fourth strings are playing, but it shows just the overall consistency of your roster. How many good young guys you got, how good you draft. It shows those things. It don't show how good you're going to be throughout the weeks. And the Ravens have probably the best defense in the league, in my opinion. They definitely got the best DBs. They're going to be all over the place. So we're going to get to the Titans to come out and play the way they did. Malik Willis, we'll get to them. But the Ravens, they were hitting on all avenues. Only thing that's important for them is running back healthiness because they don't got no wide
Okay.
receivers. I don't
Duvernay.
know who the dudes you was naming that they was receiving.
Yeah, so it's definitely like you just said, and that's what I was saying. Like basically, it was obviously a situation where they just put the people to see where they can build some chemistry at. Even though Lamar Jackson was the one throwing the passes, of course, like they said, Lamar Jackson is not going to play, especially without a deal in place. He may not play at all.
Right, of
So
course.
then we got Duvernay, like you said, Perriman. I think they picked up a Berryman, and I think they picked up a couple of other wide receivers.
My
So
guy for them, Trey, is Bateman. He didn't play, did he?
Bateman, no, he didn't.
Yeah, that's gonna be their number one. He's a 10th,
Rashard
11th
Bateman,
round
yeah.
fantasy steal. I'm getting him on just about every team I can. I'm going to take Lamar Jackson as number one, but it's going to be the Mark Andrews show. They need their
Mm-hmm.
running back to stay healthy. I'm guessing Dobbins didn't play last night. None of their running backs played.
None of the running backs, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm
So
going to be looking at with
it
them.
really was more of a tryout scenario for the other
Right.
players, waiting,
And that's why
hoping to make a team.
I said they got defense because they have first, second, third, fourth string. Ravens going to have defense. So that's when we can get to the Tennessee Titans side of the ball with Malik Willis balling out. Balling out, Trey.
As
How
Eric
many
said,
people
all
passed
teams
on this
that pass
man?
on Malik will be pissed. And
Right. And now we got to get to Vrabel because I'm sorry, but he's an a-hole. I'm just like, he got mad at Willis in his press conference because of his play and his performance. Okay, first of all, coach, you're sending a rookie, first game, first everything, into the wire against the Baltimore Ravens. You might as well be playing the Bills, the Patriots, some of the roughest defenses, the Steelers. Come on, cut this man some slack. And he got mad at him because he wasn't doing exactly what he wanted to. And he wasn't being able to do, the plays the way the coach wanted. He used his mind and he was doing a lot of scrambling. He had a I don't know, you probably see the highlight. He had this one play that he looked exactly like Patrick Mahomes, Trey. The
with the
scramble
breakout.
came out the back.
Hmm.
Yeah, the D lineman came at him. He had
A
to roll
naked
out the
bootleg.
pocket.
Hmm.
Yeah, he threw that thing under. Then he had the rushing touchdown on him. I'm like, okay, young fella, I
Cooking.
will be tuned into the first game you start. Bench Tannehill. How?
Uh,
What's the odds Tannehill gets benched before week one, Trey? It's
oh no,
over
that's not
50%.
happening, bro. Nah,
What if
stop
he
it.
keep
He's not.
falling out?
No, they're not going to do that. I don't think. I continue to stand on the fact that I don't think enough type of certain type of play gets done during the preseason to where we can say, okay, Tannehill
Okay.
is going to be benched. So it's just, and then
So
like you said, we're not going to have. We're not going to see. Like, let's take a consideration the New England and New York game. Clearly, the New England Patriots didn't start their starters, but then New York started there. So when you have that type of stuff, it's like almost a setup.
no, I ain't
You're not going with
comparing
that.
Danny Imes coming out and playing. I don't even want to go back to the Giants. So, the thing with Malik Willis, he probably ain't gonna start week one because what his coach had said about him is,
Hmm.
Malik, we know you can run. We know you are. He's big, Trey. We know
Yeah, he's
you
a big boy.
agile. You can get out there and shake some things up. But what we want you to do is go through your pocket progression. You need to look at your first option, your second option, and third option, sir. Don't just look at your first option and run, which all rookie quarterbacks that use their legs struggle with. So we'll see if he can break that. That makes the preseason good. I'm gonna be looking forward to the next game and see if he can, work that
So,
field, look off
so
one player and go
it's
to the
saying
other.
it's saying that what makes, especially as a quarterback, makes good sense. But of course, what Eric is asking is why do NFL quarterbacks get dual threat quarterbacks and then be mad when they leave the pocket?
Exactly,
But
exactly, exactly.
it goes to what you was just saying. You want them to go through the progressions. Of course, the first thing to be able to
Right.
do to get up out of there and take off and run. But for the most part, go through your if able to go through your progressions, and then if the progression, all your progressions have been seen. Of course, they're going to see it on the film. How many times he did that or wasn't effective or didn't do what he's supposed to do, and see from there. But for the most part, the ideal of having the dual threat quarterback is to have that option. So if you need them to go, they can go.
And if I'm on the coaching staff or if I'm anywhere on the Titans roster, I'm like, hey, coach, guess what? We said hike, and there was Ravens coming through the line. Literally, he got the ball in shotgun and had to spin around and run out the pocket. So relax, Vrabel. Relax. It's preseason week one. He's a guy, man. He's an interesting character. He's a tough guy. He has to be the tough guy. Benching his rookie quarterback drafted in the first round because he wouldn't go through his progression. Shame on you. Let the boy play.
Y'all hear it first
Yeah, I'm a little
from
tight.
Ron.
Yeah, I'm the leader of the Black Quarterback Convention. Let him play.
He probably will,
Oh,
Eric, but I don't see him starting. That's going to be Tannehill's squad. I mean,
I
that's
think he's pissed they drafted him.
who Tannehill. Oh yeah, well of course I
No,
think.
Vrabel.
Oh
I
Vrabel.
don't
Oh that
know,
okay.
but I don't. Why would you want to not get a new quarterback and be stuck with Tannehill? You're in a great position. We'll see. Titans is going to be an interesting watch this year.
Let me see some. How many more years does Tannehill have left on his
Who's a Tennessee Titan? Who's a Tennessee Titan receiver for him to throw to get open and break and be able to go through those progressions?
uh
Name one. I'll wait because
they
they
got
all
Robert
left.
Woods. Oh
He ain't
no,
playing
Robert
until
Woods.
October.
Oh, he's still out.
Robert Woods ain't playing until October. AJ Brown's in Philly and Julio is in Tampa Bay. Oh, they do got. I think they got a young dude though. I think it's Burks. They got a young wide receiver though. I
Oh,
think
Burks out
a rookie that
of
they
is it
got.
Burks out of Arkansas? Is he from
Is
Arkansas?
it Treylon Burks? Is that Treylon I'm thinking of? Yeah, they got a first round or second round receiver though. So we'll see. They replaced it, AJ. Whew.
Imagine
Derrick
being
Henry,
retired.
get them hamstrings and them quads ready. Because you get 400 touches again.
Put the man on the field So let me see. I'm trying to see what the disrespect for Ryan. But let me see how many. I'm trying to see how many more years Ryan might have on this
This is his
contract.
last, I believe. This is his last.
Mm,
He came from Miami. This is at least the third year, maybe second,
yeah,
right?
this
They went to
this
the
is his fourth.
playoffs 2 years in
This
a
is
row.
fourth year.
Yeah, that contract's coming to a pending halt. So this is performance year for Ryan. So he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder as well. He could come out and ball. I'm pretty sure he got a chip on his shoulder from them drafting Malik. And he ain't been getting nothing but shade. Come on, Ryan. You can prove yourself. I'm rooting for you too, sir.
Yeah, he gonna have to prove himself just to go somewhere else. That's basically what he's
Yeah.
surprising. So what's unless again, like you said, come up with the conversation. If you have a quarterback that comes into the fray, and you bring someone in, but your quarterback who's presumably on the out leaving or exiting, then they're put in a position where they ball out. Do you get rid of that quarterback still, or do you go? Like we said, had Jimmy Garoppolo won the Super Bowl, does San Francisco still stay with Jimmy Garoppolo?
Trey.
So,
We can't go from Ryan Tannehill to Jimmy G. Jimmy G is a Super Bowl proven quarterback, nurtured under the great Tampa Tom. He he has everything, which is why every team wants Jimmy G. I mean, the Browns are currently trying to trade for him.
hmm
Anybody can get their hands on him. He's a hot commodity. Um, Ryan Tannehill. Do you not remember what Derrick Henry was doing to the league 2 years ago?
running amok.
Ryan Tannehill had that guy in his backfield. He literally only had to pass like 10 times a game and couldn't get it done. What's going to happen different? You had Derrick Henry in them playoffs games the past 2 years was just out of control. I think
Yeah,
he single-handedly beat like Lamar Jackson and Ravens by himself. So, nah, Tennessee
yeah.
Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Malik Willis with the get the nod, and we
I
don't want to
said
be too.
start him.
See, there you go. I was about to say we don't want to be too presumptuous because we still have to, like you was just
No,
saying, a receiving core. Like yes, Derrick Henry's going to be there. Obviously, they have a nice 1-2 punch in their running back. I think to even rival that of Cleveland's Chubb and Hunt. But nah, don't sit up. And that's where we go wrong at the Justin Fields effect. That's what had it. The Justin. We don't want the Justin Fields effect to where um, we put you get Malik out there and now he's like, what the hell is going on? Just no different. Matter of fact, speaking of Justin Fields, of course he was quoted as stating that I'm throwing to guys who wouldn't have made the sixth string at Ohio State. That's the biggest adjustment.
what source that come from? I know the source, and it's something I got on my body.
But you'll say, let's say like if that was the case, if that was like real talk, in case like I'm very sure saying the reason I bring that up and talk about that is because we know these quarterbacks. I'm sure even though they can't come out and say that and come out and say it in public without ruffling some feathers and being fined for detriment to the team and stuff like that. I'm very sure that'd be the rhetoric. And so in this case, you have a couple of teams that have that, and one being possibly the Titans, in which as I'm going up to pull up who currently is. Uh, let me see.
The Chicago Bears don't want to be good though. It's
Why did you
frustrating.
say that? Goodness gracious.
They got rid of
What?
their best defensive player. They got rid of their best offensive player. I understand letting Allen Robinson go. I don't understand letting Khalil Mack go unless he was like, I don't want to play here anymore. But um, I don't know what they're doing. They didn't bring anybody around um, Fields. I don't think they did any major investments on the line. They still got Montgomery at the running back position. Nobody believes in him. So
Montgomery
I
has
don't
been
know what they're
productive
doing.
though.
Are you drafting him? Do you want him on your team?
He would be a late draft, but he's been productive. A late draft pick. I
I ain't
mean, or it
draft
just depends on
Montgomery in
who's
a single.
who's there.
Now I do love Justin Fields, wide receiver, Mooney, but I think that's enough talking about the Bears.
So
They
they
ain't
have
trying.
the Titans have Traylon Burks, as you said, the rookie running back. Rookie quarter wide receiver. Dez Fitzpatrick, Terry Godwin, Cody Hollister, Mason Kinsey,
Lord,
Brandon
Lord.
Lewis, Josh Malone, Racy McMath, Kyle Phillips, Reggie Roberson, Nick Westbrook, and Robert Woods are their wide.
Lord,
It's the wide receiver room.
Lord. There's teams
Hell,
that got like dudes like Godwin, Mike Evans, and Julio Jones out here. And you said
yeah.
Traylon Burks and a bunch of college
Tra-
students out here.
Traylon Burks and, and Woods.
Sound like you was naming random people off a military active roster.
Just go and get them like, hey, you play ball? Uh,
Oh
and
my
then of course their
gosh.
running back room is of course led by Derrick Henry. Then you got Dontrell Hilliard, Jordan Wilkins, Hassan Haskins, Julius Chestnut, and Trenton Cannon. Yeah, it's not looking too good for on paper. I mean,
Yeah.
so I mean, it remains to be seen. Like worse things have happened. Um, and we'll probably get a chance to check it out for the most part in the coming, like I said, in the coming days. When we look at who we got on slate tonight, let me see, pull it back up.
Oh, we got games tonight too. Ooh, wait.
Oh yeah, it's 4 games tonight. Uh, tonight's games, the Falcons face off against the Lions. The Browns against the Jaguars. And the Jets face off against the Eagles, and the Cardinals will do battle with the Bengals. As we all know, the Cleveland Browns are expected to start Deshaun Watson tonight. He's going to get some burn. Um, of course, with the appeals process going, unless the NFL leverages whatever it is that they're looking for punishment, uh, Deshaun will play tonight. Most likely, get a couple of reps in. But out of the 4 games, Ron, although I know all of them you are looking to see, what is the most? What game are you looking to see the most?
Philly.
Philly and the Jets, of course.
And
And yeah,
just as much the Jets. I love the Jets. I love all their weapons. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with their running back, Trey. In love with him. I can't pass on him for nothing. If I don't get him on my team, I feel like he's the next one. He's the next one. What's his name? Oh,
I'm pulling it up as you speak.
I don't know why I can't think of his name. But I love the quarterback. Sophomore years are great years for him, and I liked him last year. All kinds of weapons at receiver, all kinds of first round draft picks on defense. The Jets should be young, fun, hungry, fast, and just a problem. And the crazy part is their coach came out there and said that about them last year. And that's what they was last year. He was like, we are a good team, but we're a young team. What that means is we're going to come out here and we're going to play great, but we're going to have a bunch of messes. And I'm just looking forward to that, the progression this year, Trey. Just the next
Are you
level
talking
up
about
from that, they could. Yeah, Brees.
Brees Hall from Iowa State?
Oh, that's why I like him. He Big Ten. I knew it was something about him. Yeah,
But you're
they're gonna
saying
they're
that
gonna they're gonna be
they're
fun.
going to be Eric Smalls says the Jets are going to be a 5-win team.
I think the Jets is gonna be the poor man's version of last year's Bengals. Not Super Bowl, barely playoffs. Like making it to the playoffs would be the Super Bowl. I see them going like 9-8,
Now I know
not 5.
they had to sign Dwayne Brown due to losing Becton because to an injury. So I know they had to bring in someone else as far as their offensive line. I did see that. Um, I'm looking at who are their wide receivers. Corey Davis. Okay, they got Corey Davis. Uh, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson.
The Jets aren't going to be the worst team in the division. I'll tell you that. They won't be finishing in fourth. My bold statement for today.
So the Jets, and you were saying the Eagles. You're looking forward to seeing the Eagles.
Yep. Jalen Hurts should get one series. But what I'm gonna be looking at with the Eagles is just how the young players play on defense. We know the
Interesting.
offense is
A turn of
problems.
events. A turn of events, as you stated. When you was looking at, you was interested. Now you're interested in. Well, no, the interested twice. We talked about defense. So you think, if y'all don't know, Ron is a Los Angeles Rams fan, but he also has a adoration for the Eagles. So you're expecting big things to be for the Eagles this coming season. You and
13
Bishop,
and 4.
you just said 13-4.
11 and 6 is the floor. But they're definitely a 10-win team, and unfortunately, so is their brother, the Cowboys. So that's gonna be a fun division.
Who would be the worst team in the year this year? Who would be the worst team in this for the year?
In the
Uh,
division?
no, I think he was just talking about.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know. Was he
period.
talking? Period.
Oh, that's easy. Texans.
The Texans. Oh, I, so basically, you're saying you don't believe in Mills. So basically what I'm hearing.
No, I believe the previous worst teams, Jaguars, got better.
Hmm.
Detroit got better. Jets got way better. Um, ain't no other bad teams. Those is our main three ugly kids.
I'm thinking
Jets,
Seattle.
Lions. Seattle's just have a quarterback problem. Great wide
Eric said he's
receivers.
thinking the Panthers.
Oh, oh no, the Panthers is gonna be dope. The Panthers is gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a headache to Tampa Bay Saints if McCaffrey stays healthy.
That's the issue right
DJ
there.
DJ Moore and Baker, that's gonna be a connection. Young defense.
Oh, you just giving Baker the helm, huh?
Oh,
The
I believe in
disrespect.
Baker. Oh, I
You believe in
believe in
Baker?
Baker. Okay, so disrespect towards who?
You know who? Like, the disrespect, just giving that
Why
man.
are you
You know
breaking them
what?
up?
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. That's okay because
Wow.
they if because the Baker starts, that just means I honestly believe that at some point between even one or two teams are going to be looking for a quarterback within the next couple of weeks. That's the uh, the Browns or the Seahawks. Maybe even like Anthony was talking about, just bring up the Texans as well are going to be looking for someone in a couple of weeks.
Interesting.
That's one. That's what I believe. I very much believe that due to the fact of we're going, they're going with basically they're going with them going with Geno Smith or Drew Lock for the most part. I just foresee at some point they're going to have to move some players to bring someone in. David Mills with the Texans want to stay with that, understandable. But I foresee they're going to have to bring somebody in as well. I would have thought Jimmy G would have been there, but he's not at this juncture. So we would definitely see, like you said, where's the other games in which we have on that slate going back. We just said the Bengals and
Plus,
Cardinals.
the
No interest in
Detroit
that.
Lions are good.
You know what? The
Bengals,
Detroit
Cardinals.
Bengals Cardinals.
Yeah, go ahead and say what you
No,
about to say about
no,
Detroit.
no.
What I think about that game.
So Detroit, Detroit was good last year. I mean, they wasn't good in the of okay making the playoffs good or saying winning record good, but they were in predominantly all their games for the most part. For a team that really didn't have anything for to the degree Everyone continues to throw dirt on Goff. We're not going to act like he's not a Super Bowl. He was not a Super Bowl quarterback within the last 4 years. Uh, they set up and built up. They got They're starting to build the defense. They brought in um, a core, slowly but surely building a wide receiver core. I won't. I would just say I wouldn't turn my back on Detroit this year to set up and to be like they're going to basically just roll over. Like you said, they gotten better. I think they're going to be, as far as those teams that weren't too good yesterday. I think
They have weapons, Trey.
they do.
I'm sorry, First Formation family, that every player comparison I think of, I bring up fantasy. But every single person on Detroit's team on offense is drafted in like the first 6 rounds of fantasy. DeAndre Swift, second round player. Everybody wants that man at running back. Should be huge things. I have no idea who their receiver is. This
Amon
Anthony
Ra.
Saint. I'm just like, who is this dude and why is he getting taken in the 3rd and 4th round of fantasy? I ain't drafting him. Y'all can have the choice wide receiver, but and then Hawkinson. I love their tight end. Come on, Jared Goff. Jared Goff. It's your time. Oh, and their defense is a problem. Wow. I'm not ready for that reality. Oh
Eric
my
says that they
gosh.
will. He said the Vikings will win the NFC North, so it don't even matter.
Yeah, I don't think this is the Packers' year. It's and who said that? Who said that?
Eric.
So, Mr. Eric, if we were to go to Vegas right now, you telling me you just so happen to be so confident you're gonna put your money on Kirk Cousins? Would you put your money on that? I'm not putting my money on Kirk Cousins. Are you, Trey?
Nah.
I'll pass. I would rather put my money on Detroit and take the higher
He
win.
said yes.
Oh, you like that? No, I don't.
all day, in caps, all day, saying it
Now,
with his chest.
Now the Vikings is going to have the best wide receiver in the league. I think this is the year we see Jefferson just go head and
So,
toes beyond everybody, and we're just like,
oh,
yo,
he said he has done it. I have done it. So okay. So I'm wondering, right? I bet the Vikings go over 8 games. So we're saying that are you saying that Kirk Cousins? Let me get this straight. So you're saying that Kirk Cousins could be productive enough to give Justin Jefferson the ball and get him in place to get him to where he's going to be the best receiver, but he's not probably good enough
absolutely,
to get them over the hump.
absolutely. He's the white Dak Prescott. If you go to the Super Bowl odds, is the Cowboys going to be a top 5 Super Bowl better team? So technically, shouldn't the Vikings be? There's not a year yet where Kirk Cousins has thrown under 4,500 yards. He throws that ball and he has weapons. Thielen is a number one, and it's
Yes, you
crazy
number
how
one.
fast Jefferson just jumped above Thielen and he just made that man look so irrelevant that he's getting drafted in the 9th and 10th round. Think about that. But our new offensive scheme is pass first. Remember, we got new coaches. Yeah, y'all last coach was tragic. So Kirk's stats are good. It's not great. It's good. Right. And I didn't say Kirk was going to be a top 5 quarterback. I said about 50% of his yards is going to go to Jefferson because I don't think there's nobody could guard him.
Ooh,
Jefferson's
really?
better, but Jefferson's better than Chase, right?
So
A lot of
you
people
believe
feel like
that?
Chase is going to be the best receiver this year.
So you clearly believe that Jefferson is what he said that what he said is that he's not this isn't his year yet. It's going to be Devontae Adams, but he's like after the rest of this year it's me.
Do you know the offensive teams that Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp is on? Like the Rams have Cam Akers. Coach McVay really actually likes to run the ball. Devontae Adams has Darren Waller at tight end. I'm going to him first every
They got
time.
weapons, yeah.
Waller is 6'8", almost 300 pounds.
That can
He
move.
has safeties and linebackers covering him. The Raiders is going to be nuts, but that ball is going to be moving. And the same thing with the Chase. The Bengals, oh my gosh, they are loaded. Meanwhile, it's just going to be the Kirk and Jefferson show. So
You think
numbers
so? You
wise,
got no love to you got. You remember they got Dalvin Cook is there.
which we got to get back to why I feel like the Vikings
Okay,
are.
okay.
If Dalvin Cook plays all 17 games, yeah, Vikings #1 seed, not top 3 seed in the NFC, wins the division, maybe gets a bye. They'll get 12 wins if Dalvin Cook.
Based on
Dalvin Cook,
Dalvin
oh my.
Cook, Jefferson, Cousins, and the mixing of Thien.
Dalvin Cook is so good. I have contemplations when we talk about our top running backs. Of course, we got Taylor. We
Hmm.
got Caffrey. We got Henry. Um, and that's really our elite three. I could put Eckler in that group. But
Mm.
after Henry, McCaffrey, and Taylor, I'm like, Dalvin Cook is so good. I would draft him in the first round, Trey. But he
Oh,
ain't gonna
yeah,
play more than 10 games.
yeah. That's the problem. He's not healthy.
He is not playing more than 10 games. Eric, our Minnesota Vikings fan, I don't know why you are one, but but Jefferson's gonna be a problem.
Mm. So, all right. So Jefferson. All right. Like he's. Oh, here you go. It's the defense y'all not looking at. We switched from a 3-4. No one has seen this team. Well, we'll be watching, Eric. We'll definitely be watching. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna put it in my mind. Hey, Eric, ride for them Vikings. There's only a few people that ride for the Vikings, and Eric's one of them. So you're satisfied
I
with
bet you that
Kirk?
defense ain't.
Go
Am
ahead,
I
Ron.
satisfied with Kurt?
No,
Or are you
I was
talking to
talking to
Eric?
Eric. I was talking to Eric. He's satisfied with
What'd
Kirk.
you say?
But go ahead. What you say? I was just gonna ask him: is he satisfied with Kirk?
I trade Kirk Cousins for Garoppolo right now.
Mm. Are there better options than Kirk? In which we'll see in the coming
Let me say
days.
that differently. If I was Minnesota, I would trade for Garoppolo right now because San Francisco wouldn't trade that trade. But if I'm Minnesota, I would get Garoppolo and trade Kirk.
He said, "I hate Kirk. Give me a lead."
Okay, so he's on the same page. He's dealing with Kirk. Dang, you a loyal fan. I would have traded teams. Ain't no way I'm watching Kirk Cousin every Sunday.
So, like we say, the Falcons and the Lions is one of the preseason games. What do you expect to see from this game for the most part, except for like we talked basically about golf, maybe getting the ball out of the receiving core. They're still short one receiver that they drafted due to he's still recovering from his ACL injury. Your man's Hutchinson, Aiden.
So from this morning conversation, Trey, our conversation just now officially,
Yes.
these past 10 minutes have made me come to my point of my hot take. The Detroit Lions is the best team in the NFC North. I'm riding with them this year.
What?
Their
That.
defense is going to be their defense is going to be better than Minnesota's. The only thing with this division is you want to talk about Minnesota's defense, Eric. Green Bay's defense is probably going to be
Mm.
the best of Aaron Rodgers' career. Better than his Super Bowl year. His defense is the problem. So I'm kind of iffy. Like their defense is like an A++, and everybody else's is like a B- at best. And defense wins championships. So good luck, all of these teams beating Aaron Rodgers 2 times.
I think this is a year they at least all of them get they split. In which, if that happens, that makes Aaron Rodgers mediocre unless he's just ripping through the rest of the competition. He is willing to put money on it that we only lose one division game. Wow, that is 5-1.
5-1. I'll take that bet right
Whoa.
now. Where's my checkbook, baby?
Wow. Ooh, that
Wow.
is saying a lot.
I guarantee you, Eric, y'all don't go over 500 in the division.
Let's see. Let's
3 and
pull it
3.
up. Let's who's say Minnesota.
Y'all will
Let's put up
split.
Minnesota's.
Y'all will split with everybody. Y'all beat Chicago twice. and lose to Detroit twice. Look at that. Split with Green Bay. My prediction.
What's their schedule? They have. Ooh, that is a bold statement.
Do they play Green Bay in
One,
the beginning or the end of the year?
Green Bay is. Oh, they move it up so I can see. No, they play. They have them both
Beginning
in
of the
the.
year, those are wins.
So they start out preseason. So their first game of the season, they start out with Green Bay.
Oh, that's a win for Minnesota.
They start out with Green Bay first game of the season. Then they play the
Aaron
Eagles.
Rodgers. Why does Aaron Rodgers have to start? Guys, Aaron Rodgers is going to be like 1-3 to start this year. He's going to have to come tell us to shut up. And he's going to win like 10 games in a row.
Yeah. First game is Green Bay. Then they got the Eagles. Then they got.
Ooh.
Then they got the Vikings.
How did they? This is the
Of
Vikings.
course, the Lions. I'm sorry, the Lions. Then
1-2.
Saints. Then the Saints.
2-2.
Then the Bears.
3-2.
Then the Dolphins.
3-3. Are they going to Miami?
Yes.
Oh no, that's a loss. 3-4.
Then the Cardinals.
4-4.
Commanders.
5-4.
The Bills.
5-5.
The Cowboys.
They losing that. Dang! It's
Patriots.
Kirk Cousins versus Kirk Cousins. Dak versus Dak. The Spider-Man means it's gonna be crazy that day. Y'all get ready. They play the Cowboys. Oh, that's hilarious.
Then they have the Patriots.
Oh, that's back-to-back losses.
Then
Cowboys
the Jets.
and Patriots. That's a win.
Then they play the Lions again, December 11th.
They'll split. That's a win.
Okay. Then the Colts.
End of the season playoff game. Where's it at, Trey?
It will be in Minnesota.
That's a win. Matt Ryan, though. I keep hearing people saying this is going to be the Hall of Fame breakout Matt Ryan year.
Then they have
steal that one.
Then they have the Giants on Christmas Eve, the Packers on New Year's, and the Bears to finish the season. So yeah, they're losing. They're losing more than at least 2 games in the division.
They're definitely losing that one at the end of the year to the Packers. But then they finish with the Bears.
Yeah.
But like I said, about 3-3, 5-1. Woof. Woof. Talk about
so he's calling the Minnesota 12-7 this year. I mean 12-5. That's a pretty bold statement. 12-5. We only lost 2 last year in the division. I think you're gonna lose 2 again this year. Ron says you're losing 3. Y'all 3-3 in the division. I'll give y'all 4-2. I think y'all split just like Green Bay split. Everyone splits, if that happens, then that means someone else is basically dominated. It's going to be probably 4-2. Could be Detroit. Detroit was close last year. They was in like a lot of their games, almost every game they was in. But then they came on strong late in the season.
I'm rolling with Detroit and the Jets this year, Trey. You got to talk me out of it.
Detroit and the Jets. I'm gonna let you say in it. So when we get to our picks and stuff like that. Oh yeah, go ahead, Ron. Keep that same energy. Go ahead, fam. Keep that same energy. Oh gracious. Oh my gracious. You know what? I'll have to put together a what's called first formation pick. Also, so people that don't have to set that up. Woo! So we can sit up and keep a running tally. You know what's going on. Back to the scores. Okay, who else we got? Who else? Brown. Well, I said that for the meat and potatoes. So basically we know that Joe Burrow is recovering still from his epidectomy that he had. What do you see as for their game versus the Cardinals? They play the Cardinals tonight. He said, "Make sure you don't miss the
You
Sunday."
did you ask about that Cardinals game?
Yeah, Cardinals and Bengals.
Yeah, we need the Stephen A. Smith meme. We do not care. I don't know. I doubt Kyler Murray is playing. The only thing with the Cardinals is I want to see if he can connect with Brown and Stride. You know what separates great quarterbacks from becoming all time? It's when you lose all your weapons and you're kind of left with just Aaron Rodgers.
Mm,
No
true that.
weapons. And Aaron Rodgers is going to ball out. He's going to be in it. He's
You
won
think
back to
so?
back MVPs.
On those psychedelics?
Gary, he Aaron Rodgers said he's at his all time high in life. Think about that. He's almost. I think he's about to turn 40. To say that he's at his all time high, not when he was 25, 19. I'm just like, wow. I need an ounce. Um, he's going to be a top 3 MVP candidate. As with Mahomes, he lost all his weapons. As with Lamar Jackson, can Kyler Murray be one of those guys? Because he lost DeAndre Hopkins and Kirk. It's just him. I'm looking to see if he can catch a connection with Brown, but I doubt either one of them
You
plays
got
because I want to
Brown.
see
He's
him
still
throw
so
a
he
big
has Brown there. He has Isabella still there,
Ertz.
who was Ertz. And then is Green still there, or was he on that 1 year deal? Is AJ Green still
I
there?
think he's done. I think he
Okay,
went somewhere else. He need to go back to the Bengals.
the Burrow would be the man again. I see Tom Brady like career for Burrow, not as many rings though.
I just want to say, heavy is the crown.
Mm.
Heavy is the load. It's not easy to go out there and be the man again, Trey. Um, I feel a
And
really down year for the Bengals.
of course we always talk about the Super Bowl hangover. So are we saying that basically between Roger not Rogers between Burrow and uh and Stafford that there's not likely to be any Super Bowl hangovers, that they're going to be is going to be productive for them. Of course, Eric's talking about Rogers' time is coming to an end or has came to an end. We don't know without any. I'm watching Rogers so I can see
The
how he
only
does.
the only hesitation, Trey, that I have is
Hmm.
Matthew Stafford and damn Joe Burrow got more Infinity Stones than dang Thanos. The toys and the weapons that they got, it's ridiculous. It's
Joe
ridiculous.
Mixon.
We could literally spend the last hour talking about all their weapons.
So only weapons I really see in for for Burrow. I mean, he has Mixon, he has Higgins, he has Chase. Doesn't it stop there? Is that enough? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that would be enough. But like I said, it remains to be seen. We will basically be watching, of course, like Effie said, it's the preseason. There's a lot of teams are not playing their starters, and basically that starts to put a damper on the productivity of what we're seeing at in state. But we do know those teams that have starters, their starters will proceed to play, and once they start playing, then we'll be like, okay, they are who we thought they were, or was it in the coming seasons. So of course, another game, like I say, the last game of this for today, Friday, the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, Ron, did you see the Jaguars first preseason game versus the Raiders? Oh, he's out for right now. Well, Jacksonville Jaguars, of course. Uh, everyone talks about Sunshine, just dubbed him Sunshine or Trevor Lawrence. Uh, is it his year? Do we see now that he has Peterson in his corner? Does he take a huge leap forward? Is he going to be the quarterback with the sophomore year season that's going to have the largest and biggest jump forward? And when we look at Zach Thomas, Justin Fields, um, Trey Lance, like basically all of them is that guy to me. Okay, okay, I hear you, Eric. I hear you, Eric. So basically, all those quarterbacks now are starters for their teams. That whole class: Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson. All are starters for or all are currently their franchise quarterbacks. Who is going to have the largest leap forward? Um, he doesn't have a team. You don't think he have a team? I would think of all of them, out of all the quarterbacks which I just named, I think I would think Fields has the worst situation going on. Uh, but I mean, things working on in the other people's favors. But I think Fields will be the worst at this point. I'm not sure if Trevor Lawrence would be the best, but he may. Like, of course, I won't stand on the desk for Trey Lance. That's my man's. That's my dude. But it's one of those situations where Trevor may not even really getting burned tonight. I don't really see the Bears just making. Just like they did with Trubisky. Like, I thought Trubisky was a nice talent, and but he didn't stay there long. I hope so, Eric. I hope so. He doesn't have any shadows or anything looming or no one watching over, standing over him. Basically, Garoppolo's going down. He's a better quarterback in his room or his quarterback room with Garoppolo going. I just hope for the fact of staying healthy that we do bring in a capable backup if we're going to let Garoppolo go. I mean, when we let Garoppolo go, whether he's traded or he's released at the end of the season to save some money on the cap.
All right, I'm back.
So, one of the questions I was asking you, Trevor Lawrence, did you look at the
Yeah.
game last week?
Um.
So,
No. I vetoed that game. There's no way y'all
okay,
should be starting us off with Jaguars Raiders NFL. Ignorant. I protested it.
protested it. So, what do you see going on
Football's
tonight?
back. You get the Jags.
What do you see going on tonight? Browns and the Jaguars.
If Deshaun Watson plays, that's all I care
He,
about. We don't care about the
he's playing.
Jags.
He's playing.
And
He's expected to play.
is it gonna happen?
Yes, he's
They
expected
might.
to play.
I could see so many different realities. I could see a league where there's 1,000 protesters on the field, and they're just like, no way this is happening. I could see Roger Goodell flying in on a helicopter with a press conference letter from the president saying that he has to stay off the field for the rest of the year. Is he? There's. I need to see it. I need to see Deshaun Watson on a football field. It's going to be crazy. This is going to be. I feel like a lot of people is going to be tuning in. What time do they play?
6:30 is it? Let me see. Um, they play 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Ooh, I hope Amari Cooper played too. They got to get because they have to establish their connection because he's going to miss at least the first 6. So it's going to be critical for him and Amari to get on the same page, right, Trey? If you coaching,
Yeah. So this is going to cause a
they
uproar as
might get
soon as.
like 2 series. Yeah, that's why I gotta see it, Eric. There's just no way. I can't believe it. I can't believe it until I see it.
How you playing but suspended for the season because of the appeal.
Exactly.
Well, as soon as they appealed it, they gave him it's nothing decided, so he gets to play. As long as that appeal is going on, he's able to play.
Wild.
So that's what we have for in that fact of the matter. If you matter of fact continue on now, you know what I did see now. We will not see Tom Brady before I get into the couple of games that we go on since it's going to happen over the course of
We
the
better
weekend.
not.
We're not going to see Tom Brady. He's going to be away from the team for the first 2 games. So if we see him, we won't see him till the last preseason game. He's basically away from the team with some personal things in which he's taking care of. So their backups, Blaine Gabbert, uh, Godwin, and I forgot the other one that which they have, are going to get the starts, are going to get an opportunity to start. Where he says they should be getting all the reps for the most part. Um, do you think this is conservation, or basically preserving Tom Brady in his later years and believing that okay, we don't really need to push him or work him? I know they did say that he did go through a couple of the training, the summer training, due to the fact of he's so he could build a rapport with his receivers. Now they're basically giving him 2 weeks off to be away from the team. Is this just a move to help him get through the season, or do you think there's something to be concerned about?
Tom Brady.
Yes, TB12.
Tom Brady just might get about 14 wins this year, MVP, and walk off with a Super Bowl. Tom, you come in when you're ready, sir. You can come in at week 3 if you want to. Go! Oh my gosh,
I'm
man! Tom
trying
Brady about
to.
to come and just blow us away, man.
I,
It's wild.
I think this is just going to be. I honestly believe that Aaron Rodgers has an off season this year. Tom Brady has an off season this year, which is going to be unfortunate for him because it's probably his last.
If that
And
was the case, Trey,
Patrick
he
Mahomes
wouldn't
has the same.
play. Tom Brady would not play if he could not be the best version of himself. You know this. This man has not eaten strawberries, ice cream, dairy, anything unhealthy for the past 20 years. He don't play. He's old. He's 45. Extremely old. And he about to go out there and take care of these old whippersnappers.
Whippersnappers. So let me bring this up, Ron. You seem to be a rational individual. We did remember we had the conversation, which we was talking about how the Miami Dolphins, who are of course facing repercussions due to their quote unquote tampering to get Tom Brady into Miami. So of course the question it was brought up to Tua, asking Tua last the other day in camp, and Tua simply just stayed, I'm here. I'm still here currently. What is Tua really saying?
And he said, I'm here.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here basically because Tom Brady's not there. He's there. So what is really what is really going on in Tua's head?
That's right. I'm a basketball guy trying to talk football. You're absolutely right. I feel like Tua is just, he's tired. He's ready to go out there and show what he can do. He's just like, y'all been bashing me, throwing my name under the bus for 2 years now. I'm just ready to go play football. And he gonna ball out.
Should anyone
Trey,
do you think? Go ahead.
No, mine is a completely random point. What was you saying?
No, I was about to say what could it possibly be like? Like should any quarterback take any angst when it comes to an organization saying that we're looking at bringing in Tom Brady in? Like should any quarterback feel a certain type of way about that?
I would be honored. I would sit behind Tom Brady for a year. Unless
Those
I'm
younger
like a top,
quarterbacks,
unless I'm
unless
like
you're
a
like
Joe
Aaron, yeah,
Burrow.
yeah,
Yeah.
Burrow, Rodgers,
If I'm Tua,
Jackson.
Justin Fields, any of the back 15, Kirk Cousins.
And actually, Kirk Cousins is
No,
actually away from the team right now because he has an undisclosed illness. So they're not, the NFL isn't, the Vikings aren't willing to say that it is COVID, but he's currently away from the team due to an illness.
Eric, I gave y'all a compliment. I said y'all got the best wide receiver in the league, and I'm a fan of a team that got Cooper Kupp. I can't wait to watch Jefferson dance this year.
The greedy. Is Jefferson
Roger
better?
sat behind Favre.
Is Jefferson better than Cup? Is that what you're saying? Is
The
that what we
best
got?
wide receiver in the football NFL is Devontae Adams, hands down, 10 out of 10 in all areas.
So,
But there's other aspects that we can bring into the debate, though.
so
So
it's
what?
funny you say that. Let me pull it up because I was doing some research. I came across something, and in reference to the player in which you just mentioned, when you put them head to head with this guy, he said this guy Cooper Cup is better than Jefferson's better than Cup is what he's saying. But so Devontae Adams and Mike Evans comparison. Um, Devontae Adams, they came in the same year. They was drafted the same year. Ron, you look at it like, no,
I
Trey,
hope you
don't
ain't
do it.
about to do what you about to do.
The Devontae Adams, 669 receiving receptions. Evans, 606. Devontae, 8,121 yards receiving. Mike Evans, 9,301. Devontae Adams, 73 touchdowns. Mike Evans, 75 touchdowns. So I asked this question: if we go to the playoffs, Devontae Adams, the 11 games in the playoffs, Mike Evans 6, um, which is a complete blowout at that point. Reception 72 to 910, 28
You're losing me,
receptions to
Trey. You're
440.
losing me into the
So
multiverse right now.
so the reason I bring this up and ask, like why? So why does Devontae? I get it. He's a tremendous route runner. He's had
Oh
more.
man.
He's had more playoff experience than Evans. But why is it when you look at the other ones, like regular season, it's clear that it's very close, but there's a dominant factor. Although there's a difference in there's only a difference in 6 games. He's only got 6 more games the regular season than Devontae Adams. But that's a large that's like over 1,200 yards in receiving. So what's the difference? So why does
I can't
Devontae get all the love?
I can't
Why is
I
he just the
can't believe
best wide
you just
receiver?
I
I,
can't believe you just did what you did. You would have been better off bringing up Debo. Mike Evans.
yes, Mike
So
Evans.
so Eric
They got
said I don't
drafted
know
the
nothing
same
about
year.
football. Eric said I don't know nothing about football. True. But what I do is watch you got that. Watch a lot of tape.
hmm
And what separates Devontae Adams from a lot of other people is you have to really just watch him
His
work.
work.
He's kind of like a Lamborghini, like a zero go to 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Watch him come off the ball. He's ideal. There's nobody. Oh, let's start through the whole play. Coming off the ball,
Okay, coming off the ball.
the boom. Whether no matter what, you want the cornerback to not know what's coming, and he's just there's nobody that does it better than him. We can look at numbers, all of that, speed, and then once we get to the actual route and where you're going and how crisp it needs and where I need you to be, there's nobody better
hmm
than him at doing it. And when it comes to catching, he's like the ideal version of what we would look for in a Jerry Rice in modern day football. My
Okay,
only thing with him is he doesn't really have like that dog in him, like that Randy Moss mindset, that T.O.
M-
mindset. That
Mr. Go
he's
Get
he's
It.
more like he's more like an Amari Cooper, like in the
Docile in a
background.
sense.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, so I want to go to Oakland and play with my best friend. So but that's really the only thing. Mike Evans is just like a big target that has a decent amount of speed. Like Devontae's elusive. He's sexy. I said Lamborghini.
Uh huh.
Big, fast, slim, slender, agile. Everywhere you need, wherever you need him. Just it's
He's
not
everything
even
you
fair
want.
how he's built.
Pause. So,
And
and you mentioned
Mike Evans isn't everything you want. Do you want Mike Evans to run a quick slant, a quick 2 and out? Can you
nah,
bring him for a
his
bubble
body, his
screen?
body, his body ain't built for that.
You can do all that. There's nothing you can't do in a football field with Devontae.
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. So let me see where I want to go. So interesting. I wish Bishop was here for this, but of course he's not. I catch him. So we have a conversation,
Wait,
right?
wait, wait. Before you do that, you know there's 5 games tonight, right?
What's the fifth game?
You ain't talking about your own squad. Y'all play tonight.
No, they don't play tonight.
Yes, they do. Get the wings and fries ready. Y'all play the
Let me see.
Packers.
No, hold on.
8:30 p.m.
I'm
How you
tripping.
missed
Did
that?
I miss that? I did miss that. I thought they played tomorrow. Let's go. So 49ers in Green Bay.
Right.
I
You
thought
would
they
have
were
led
supposed to
with
play
that,
tomorrow night.
huh?
Yeah, I would. So 49ers Green Bay. Uh, uh,
What you looking for?
I'm looking to see Trey Lance in the connections. How many? What's the? I want to see what Trey Lance is going to do. I'm also additionally looking to see, like I said, key ideally backup. I want to see what our backups are able to accomplish. Uh, because over the course of the years, whenever Jimmy G went down, the 49ers went down. It wasn't a history reason. I wish they would just go ahead and play Jimmy G that money and keep him on so that way we have a capable backup if Trey Lance goes down or even he starts to have any issues or problems. Um, so that's for the most part, that's the main thing I'm willing to look. I'm kind of scared. I would prefer that we are a running back by committee team in which I don't like the whole, I don't need a new team. So I don't like over the past couple of years, running backs we have brought in running backs, and they've always been there. And then we have one gets hurt every year early in the season, to where then we have histories and we have to go to the running back committee. Elijah Mitchell came on strong last year. We still have Trey Sermon. He's expected to do good this year. So and then so I'm up on it. I'm up. I'm up. I think Jaron Rodgers, of course, he may not even play tonight. If he if he does, it'll be a couple of series and then it'll be on. But we have a track record versus Green Bay that we'll hold down without Devontae Adams right now. I feel confident.
Chip on their
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm
So
scared of Green Bay as well.
you
With you,
you
Trey.
you, you think so? So
Aren't you?
I just
Eric
I'm not
said you
scared.
were.
I'm not scared of Green Bay. I'm not scared of Green Bay. I forgot who we have at current backup. It was Rosen, but Rosen's left to go to where's Rosen at in Cincinnati, Cleveland now. So, but I mean, no, I don't fear Green Bay.
I
Green Bay is definitely not a fear.
My favorite thing about Green Bay's defense is I don't know a single dang player, Trey. If you ask me to name a player off their defense, I mean I could go to Dr. Google. But what I do know is how great they are. That's the crazy part to me. Um, they're literally my favorite defense this year. Second will
Oh,
probably be a close Ravens. They're my
mhm.
favorite because they get to play the Chicago Bears. They get to beat up on Detroit, and they get to play Kirk Cousins 2 times a year. But they are built. They are stacked. So tonight, I don't want you to get any hard feelings about Trey Lance, and they gonna get on him. This is a real defense,
That's what I
and
want.
they have a
They
chip on
should.
their shoulder. I feel like Green Bay is gonna be like, y'all think we ain't good just because we lost one player? Okay.
They should have a chip on shoulder. I'm here for it. I want them to get up. I want them to get on Trey Lance. I really want it so that way he can see like that's going to continue to forge him and make it to where he's like, okay, I'm good to go now by the time of the season starts. So I'm there for it. I want them to be on him like it's a real game.
Right. Eric just mad I ain't talking about Minnesota's defense.
So football focus.
Who
I turned to look at football focus a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And so in the last couple of days, I looked at football focus, and they had this interesting meme where they talked about the most annoying fan bases in the NFL, and
Ooh, that's easy.
they gave 12. And interestingly enough, who I thought would have been the most annoying one wasn't. So I'll give you the 12 through 6, and
I
then
know who you thought the most annoying was.
yeah, but it wasn't. So I'll give you 12 through 4, and then we'll see if we can formula come out to who the last three are. So of course, number 12 that they start off with the Baltimore Ravens. When it comes to the most annoying fan bases, I wouldn't think that initially, but that's where they are. Number 11, the
Number
Buffalo
11.
Bills. The Buffalo
They should be
Bills.
higher.
Number 10,
Bills Mafia is annoying as hell.
number 10, the 49ers are not even on the list, Eric. Stop it. Number 10, the Las Vegas Raiders. I would have thought they would have been higher. Um,
Agreed.
Number 9, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So
What?
I would think this would be because now that they're winning, like now it's like all this bravado
Now.
and talk. Yeah, now
Yeah.
go sit down somewhere. Number 8, the Washington Commanders. Number 7, I thought
Do
this
we
would be higher.
really care about the
That
Redskins?
for real, like I like
I can't
their
remember
fan
a
base.
single point of my. I cared about them a little bit when they had RG3, but that was like 9 games.
It's like we've been running this show for like 8 months now, and I've only recalled maybe three Washington
Why are they on this
Commanders,
list?
like Washington Commanders fans.
I think
That's
I know like one Commanders fan, maybe
like
two.
like if we Anthony Price, Rodney Jordan,
Oh,
and
that
it's been
is
someone else.
Steve.
It's been one other person that's a Washington Commanders fan. So I see. Number 7, the Cleveland Browns. Dog pound in the house. I thought they would have been higher. Number
They'll be
6.
number 1 soon.
Number 6, the New York Giants.
Definitely.
Number 5, the Kansas City Chiefs.
No.
Yes.
I
Number
guess now
4,
that they're winners.
again, the same thing with the what's that, the Tampa Bay
The Bucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4, the Green Bay Packers.
No, well, wow. So the top 3.
Top 3. Number 3,
The 2 are easy. Cowboys and Patriots. Who was my third team? I would like to say the Rams, but everybody loves us. We're missing the Steelers. That might be our third team. Um, You said the number 1 team wasn't what you want, which I think is the Cowboys. So I will go Steelers, Cowboys, Patriots.
Interesting. Number 3, the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, that's
Number
wild. They're
2,
not 1.
that's crazy, exactly, which is interesting when I get to the number 1. Number 2, the New England Patriots. Most annoying fan base.
Is it the Eagles?
The Eagles, Philadelphia
I
Eagles,
knew it
get
was a
number 1 for the
I knew it was
most
a
annoying.
Pennsylvania team. How I forget about the Eagles?
The most annoying fan base in the
Yes, can I give
NFL, the
my
Philadelphia
story on
Eagles.
why I kind of like
Yes.
have to be an Eagles fan?
Okay,
I
go
am a
ahead.
Rams fan, but I'm from Philly. I have to be an Eagles fan. I can't live there and I can't not root for the Eagles, Trey. I get beat up every day. They ignorant. Yes. I literally had to force myself to root for the Eagles because I couldn't grow up and live there and not. No, I don't want those problems. That's wild.
Philly fans are considered the most annoying fan base, number
Ugh,
1 overall.
snowball Santa Claus, undefeated.
Oh,
Wow,
Chris.
what a twist. Where's Bishop at?
Yeah, and I know. See, that's why I said definitely the Eagles. You act like an Eagles fan, Ron. See, yeah, he is. So basically, that's what I mean. When I seen that, I was like, "Wow, really?" I was like, "This one, someone got some explaining to do." Like, I want to
So
know what it is.
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders are all in the top 8. That's pretty
Yes.
cool. That's pretty cool.
Oh my goodness, I was cracking. So before I get into a little, we got like 30 minutes before I get into the a little college football. I have a question, right? So we're gonna call this ball on the 1 yard line. I'm gonna give you 3 players. We're gonna give you three players. We're gonna do 4 iterations. We'll give you three players, different scenarios. Ball on the 1 yard line, and I want you to give me who is getting whose number are you calling? Let me see. The first one we'll go with ball on the 1 yard line. The quarterbacks. Oh well, I already know your answer, so I don't even know why I'm going to ask anyway.
No, you
Ball,
don't.
ball on the 1 yard line. Quarterbacks. Which one are you going with? Game on the line. Ball on the 1 yard line. Your quarterbacks are Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. Who is your quarterback
Oh,
to get the
I thought
job
you was
done?
going to list. I thought you was going to list Russell Wilson because we know he's not going to get the job done. He's going to throw an interception, but I would have said him. Give me Lamar. Is that who you said I was going to pick?
Yes, that's who I knew you was going to pick.
Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes. We know Aaron Rodgers ain't going to get the job done.
Oh, you're not trusting Aaron on the 1 yard line?
Or the Packers administration. They're going to bring in the kicker and go to overtime when they could have won the game and lose. Mahomes. Is Mahomes going to get the job done? You know, where are Chiefs fans at? That's why I love the Chiefs fans. I'm surprised they were in the top, but they're so humble and nice and just grateful. The Chiefs was up, Trey, by I think 18 points in the AFC Championship game. Couldn't be my
Correct.
quarterback. Couldn't be my quarterback. And that's why all this Cincinnati Bengals hype is like, come on, guys, calm down. It was adorable. I think that was the first time they really made it to the playoffs in 2 decades. Bengals fans, calm down. I don't think Mahomes is going to be the type of guy to get it done. When is he going to get back to another Super Bowl?
You would think he's going to be soon the way they paid him, but I mean,
well, I guess he
now
went last year and lost to Tom Brady and went to the AFC Championship game. So we can't do that to him. And act like he's not a postseason success story. And he has shown way more than Lamar Jackson. So it has to be Mahomes. Even though I'm saying Lamar.
Ball on your 1 yard line, running backs. John Taylor, Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry. Who gets the ball?
Henry.
Without a doubt. You're not going to think about it?
I don't even need to know who the other names are. Just as if you put Tom Brady in with the quarterbacks.
Okay. Wide receivers. Ball on the 1 yard line. AJ Brown. I think I know your answer for this one too. AJ Brown. Devontae Adams. Mike Evans.
Oh, you ain't put Debo in there? I hate all of these names. None of these guys are my wide receivers.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind.
You said Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
Nope.
Devontae Adams. AJ Brown.
Nope. We ain't passing the ball, sir. We running it. If I had to pick a name, Devontae, and Devontae's not my guy.
Really, guy? I would go with Evans. You would think Evans? 6'6".
He's the biggest. Mm-hmm. He's the biggest. He's the strongest. Yeah. We can't get no Cooper Kupp or Jefferson in this conversation.
Well, so why would you? Why would you want them on the 1 yard line? Let's say Cheetah, Jefferson, Kupp, or Debo. Why would you want them on the 1 yard line?
The Cheetah and Debo we can knock out easily. They can be from one side of the end zone to the other side of the end zone in a second. They're going to be able to switch. No matter if I'm backing out the pocket to the left, I'm rolling out to the right, they'll be able to, they got some fast twitch muscle fibers, boom, boom, to get wherever I'm going. Cheetah does it so good, but he's the fastest. They can also come in the backfield They can do anything that I want. They're fast. They're small. They're going to be able to hide behind the linemen. There's a lot of different things I can do with them on the one.
Okay.
Mike Evans, there's really one thing that I can do. We're going to do a slant
Put
to
it up.
the out of the end
Mhm.
zone. I'm gonna fade it out. Fade. Kind of the same thing with Devontae
Basically,
Adams on the
basically
fade.
everyone knows that's coming.
And you ain't gonna be able to stop a Mike Evans fade. So or Devontae, you're gonna have to put three people over there. So let's not just throw it out the window. But I like to be flexible and be able to do different things.
Okay, and of course, last one, tight ends. Uh, Kelsey,
Ooh,
Kittle, or Waller.
ooh, ooh. You gonna like this? Give me Kittle
Oh wow, I was expecting Waller.
at the one.
Yeah, at the one, but
No,
okay, okay, because he's a big body. You know, what I'm saying
Kittle. Kittle is an
Kittle's going to
A
work.
plus lineman. Yes,
Okay, okay,
Waller and
okay,
Kittle ain't putting no defensive ends on their behinds for me to run the
okay.
ball on their side.
So Kittle could basically
Kittle will put you on
push
your
them all and get into the
behind.
and get into the route.
Oh yeah, that's his best attribute. That's when
Mm,
he's really effective. Oh yeah. But if we on like the 20 anywhere else, give me Kelsey, of course. If we need a bomb,
it's
if it's
Waller.
3rd and 20.
If you got some work, you got some work in between. Waller is going to work the
Yeah.
intermediate, get it to him in the on the hash.
Yeah, they all kind of got their own
Little
different. And
attributes.
Kelsey is just all around electric. Get him
Mm.
the ball, something gonna happen.
So as we've been having conversations, let me see, got about 20, 30 minutes. So we've been having conversations lately. Just as the NFL is coming up, the the college is wrapping and ready to go. Ron's University of Michigan, go blue. Uh, we will be meeting up soon in about 2 years. We'll be set up and doing battle. Um, but we've been having the conversation about position U, basically who has been the top positions, what universities produce the top positions, and basically last week we went through the whole um, in the offense. Of course, I mean quarterbacks for some reason, um, Oklahoma, running backs, Alabama, wide receivers, USC, offensive linemen was Alabama. And then I forgot who they consider tight end you. Um, so now we'll go to
I
the
don't feel
defensive
right
side.
doing this without Bishop.
So what's going to happen is, of course, there's going to be a lot of it. And then what's interesting is Oklahoma was in all the conversations. Tight end you, of course, I knew what tight end you.
Right,
Tight end you was
exactly.
Miami. Tight end was Miami. So now going to the opposite side of the ball, defense win balls games. Um, the conversation is who do you think is defensive line you? Who
Hopefully
put
we get some Big Ten schools. Lord have mercy.
uh
Which position are we doing first?
defensive lineman?
When we just had Hawkinson go. Jeez, I would hope Michigan. Is Michigan one of these teams, Trey? Just break my heart just to
No, they're
get it out
not.
the way.
Mm.
Ohio State.
Okay, they're in the top five.
Okay. Ohio State always carrying the Big Ten and everything they do. Thank you, Ohio, as much as I hate y'all. When we start at number 5.
Yes, number 5, Clemson.
Okay.
Number 4, Penn State.
Oh, okay.
Number 3, Ohio State.
So number 2 and 1 should be easy.
Number 2, Florida State.
Bama is not in here.
Bama is number 1. Defensive
Oh,
lineman
okay.
you.
I thought Oklahoma might have made it. Okay.
Oklahoma didn't even get a shout out this time. So
Okay.
basically, so yeah, so that's the top 5 is defensive U. Alabama being the top one. When you talk about the best by conference, of course, the non-power is Houston. SEC, of course, Alabama. The Big Ten, Ohio State. The Big 12, Texas. ACC, Florida State, and the Pac-12 is led by USC for best defensive lineman by conference. Which team has the best? A big mover. Oregon moved up from where they were, um, being 29 last year. They moved up. I think that's to number 13, and that's probably due to Thibodeau, who I think you was big on one time. Trayvon Walker as well, Jalen Carter. Notre Dame fell out, uh, and yeah, that was basically it. We'll cover one more linebacker. Oh, this is blasphemous. The
Penn
disrespect.
State in here again.
Correct. Yeah, I can give you that. Penn State is there. Number 5, USC.
Oklahoma. Ooh, is that the disrespect you was talking about?
Yes.
Oh, y'all need
Yes.
to be higher.
Yeah. Because they said so.
Interesting.
Number 5 is USC. Number 4, Penn State. Number 3, Ohio State. Number 2, Alabama. And number 1 is Georgia. And then, of course, ACC's Clemson is the top. Oklahoma for the Big 12. Ohio State for the Big 10. USC, Pac 12. Georgia is the SEC. And the non power is Temple. Um, Interesting. Very interesting. So, of course, next week we'll start or finish with the cornerbacks, safeties, and I think the special teams. Um, but now, so this is an interesting conversation which that was being had in reference to college. They was talking about what if we were to revamp the whole college football calendar. No, matter of fact, I'll wait to do that. So we'll just put a Pinterest in that, but I will plant the seed. What would it look like to revamp the whole college football calendar? So just keep that put that plant that seed, and we'll definitely get back to that next week and have an idea. So it can kind of like give you a little something to gnaw on over the course of the weekend to be able to talk about. Now NBA graciously
It would look profitable
profitable, Mm,
as we
possibly
get to that next week.
yes. That the
And
NBA yes. Go ahead.
nobody loves anything more in America than profit.
Profit.
Y'all tune in next week.
Money, money, yeah, yeah, money, money, yeah, yeah. So the NBA has done went and did a thing. The NBA has came out and stated that the jersey number 6 will be retired across the league per the fact of the passing of Bill Russell, saying that he was a pioneer in many ways. 13 years played. He coached 2 years. In those 2 and 13 years, he basically amounted winning 2 championships and only not winning 2 championships out of the 13 years, 11 championships, 11-time champions, then winning 2 championships as a coach. Um, so what they have done is they retired every team will retire the jersey of Bill Russell, where no from this day forth, no team will be able to wear the number 6 in the NBA. The players currently that are number 6 may continue to wear number 6 until their careers have been done. So you got Lou Williams, LeBron James, and at least 25 players that currently wear the number 6. Additionally, they also will the NBA players will wear a commemorative patch on their right shoulder in memory of Bill Russell, as well as each organization will have a shamrock shaped logo to be placed on the floor near the scorer's table with the number 6 into it. Ron, I ask you this. Do you think there's any other player that deserves the same type of treatment when we're talking about retiring a jersey in the NBA, past or present? I mean, not present, of course, but past.
MJ
Mm.
and
You think the
and then
23 needs to
LeBron.
be so? You just, LeBron's going to be that player.
But we can't address it. I won't be that disrespectful on this
Okay,
Friday. We have to address MJ first.
okay, MJ
Then
first. So 23 should be gone basically from the stricken for the record books for every team.
right, right. So LeBron, you're gonna have to get a new number and win like 3 more championships. We can do it for that number because both of his numbers are gone.
Oh,
23
gone.
and
Yeah,
6.
23 and 6 is both gone. So now both numbers. So if that was the case, both numbers would have to be retired. Have been duly retired. Retired.
Yeah, LeBron, you need a new number.
I've always, it's like the conversation, right? I've always, whenever we have conversations about, let's say um, the best Laker out there, I always think about the disrespect I feel like Kareem is getting. Like when you talk about, I think it was to sit up and give. I don't even think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the first Laker to get a statue. He might not because they put statues around Staples Center. So of course you had people like Wayne Gretzky that played in the Staples Center that got a statue. Shaquille O'Neal got a statue. Kobe Bryant got a statue. Magic Johnson, I think, was the first to get a statue. And then Kareem has gotten a statue. But I was wondering, like, why wasn't Kareem the first to get a statue? Was the Magic that much more polarizing? Like, you got to think, Kareem was a dude in LA before Magic got there. I
We
wonder
know
how that.
the answer.
I wonder how they. Oh well, we know because that was Jerry Buss's dude. That was his quote unquote. If you watch,
Well, I was gonna say
uh, that was like his son.
right, and I was gonna say the Kareem part. Kareem definitely. What number was Kareem?
33.
We know with Kareem that he never got the love he deserved. He was hated. He was unfortunately an activist. He had to take on the role of a villain, and you get to see that. Every time you look back at anything to do with the Lakers, it's like the Lakers and then Kareem. Um, so
So
he never.
I asked. Go ahead, because I'm finna ask you. We finna
No,
get a
I
little
was done.
conscious here. So I ask you this: you're a very conscious person, woke individual yourself. Why is it in the same now in this day and time we're starting to see things that come up as far as activisms and stuff like that, in which Bill Russell was a huge activist, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar a huge activist. Why is it that you think we don't see that type of that same energy nowadays with these players, especially when we have social media and things of that nature? Like it's not the same. Like you closest you get is Kyrie Irving, like really, or Draymond Green for the most part that tend to, or I guess you could say Chuck as well from his aspect, but he's not a player anymore. So why is it that you think we got you? So
Money
the
different.
only person that could do that really is LeBron, who's caked up
Players
enough.
don't even get in fights no more because they can't mess their hands up because that messes their money up. Hey, if I'm making 100, I mean 9 figures, you give me $100 million. You can make me be quiet about a lot of topics too.
Mm.
Sponsorship deals, endorsements, Nike breathing down your neck. It's hard to be Colin Kaepernick.
I was about to say, like Nike has been stand. I don't know if
It's not. It's not an easy life. That's what the whole point of Kareem is. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard. Heavy as the
sit up,
crown,
stand to be one
and
man to stand in
and no
a
one,
room full.
and outside of Bill Russell and what's old triple double's name, Oscar. There's no
Oscar Robertson.
one. There's no one will respect that's been a basketball player outside of them three more. Kareem, Oscar, and Bill. They went through it all for us and got no love, no money, no celebration. Bill Russell was just now getting his jersey retired. Trey, man was almost 90.
Mm.
He got done playing 50 years ago. Come on, NBA, do better.
And we always usually put the NBA on the pedestal as being the forward thinking organization of the Big Five. And but still, as you just stated, it's some things that kind of get left out there. And then even not just Bill Russell, I believe his number is retired in Boston, but they're going to have their own little type of ceremony to commemorate Bill Russell as well. But I mean, that's an interesting point you bring up now. You're gonna say at this point, or could it be that they just didn't want to give the roses before, and they wanted to wait to a commemorative time frame, celebrated to be celebrated?
Sometimes those wounds never heal. I mean,
Mm.
Bill Russell has never lived in Boston, Trey. The city where he's loved and admonished the most. You've never lived there. Why you think that is? The things that we don't talk about,
Oh
but
yeah,
they
we
want to
know.
do a special celebration for me. You gotta love it. At least they're doing the right
It
thing,
would,
but it's no different
it would, it
than a
would you be
major corporation putting on for Black History Month. Walmart selling
mm,
Juneteenth ice cream. You do it because you have to.
the almighty dollar? Uh, that's wow, that's crazy. Um, Additionally, the U.S. is due to compete this month in a qualifier for, of course, for the World Cup. In this qualifier, the team that was able to win or get the nod will represent their organizations the um, in the United States. I mean, for the Olympics, the 2024 Paris Olympics. So they have finalized. The U.S. has finalized their team. For the most part, there's a lot of people in which we probably don't know. They go with a heavy dose of college players or pros, up and coming pros to for the team. So of course, Jim Boland is going to be uh, the Jim Boland is going to be the coach, the head coach, also assisted by Ty Ellis and Othello Harrington. The roster will be Mike Frazier the second, Langston Galloway, David Stockton, Daquan Jeffries, John Jennings, Eric Micah, as well as Tyler Kavanaugh, Malik Ellison, Dewan Hernandez, Mac McClung, Robert Woodard, and McKinley Wright the fourth. It makes up the team to compete for the worlds, to earn the United States their qualifier into the 2024 Olympics. Of course, they currently have a 5-1 opening round qualifying for the FIBA Americas region. Of course, of those teams that are advanced, 7 will make the next year's World Cup qualifier, which will take place in the Philippines, Indonesia, and Japan. Of course, like I said before, the qualifier those who make the team. I mean, when their qualifiers will be eligible for the 2024 Olympics. There will be 2 games played in August on the 25th and the 29th, and additionally another 2 played on June 11th and the 14th, with a final of 20 of games being played on the 23rd and the 26th of next year. If the U.S. tops those games, Colombia, it'll likely clinch the World Cup qualifier in November. So basically, they're playing to, like I said, get into the playoffs. It hasn't been a time in which the U.S. has not been in the Olympics of late, but there has been times, of course, if we look back to a couple of teams, the redeemed teams, and all that type of stuff, to where the U.S. was basically outplayed. Canada currently is in the lead with a 6-0. Is the only team that in the American region that went unbeaten for their first round. In their pool was Venezuela, Argentina, the Dominican Republic, Panama, and the Bahamas. In the U.S. basically would play theirs. Their pool is Brazil, Uruguay, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Colombia going forth. So I think feel pretty confident that the U.S. will be be in the Olympics, 2024 Olympics. I think that what starts to come to question, however, though, is
The men's team?
yeah, who will be the
Okay.
men's team? Like this going forth, who's going to potentially be the men's team for the Olympics? Do we have? Is it just a whole new squad, or like who do we have? Who will we have representing the U.S. in 2024?
Why are you so sure our men's team is gonna make it?
Oh, so I think
Did
they're
LeBron
going
and
to.
Odell go out for the team?
Nah, they're gonna. The qualifier. The qualifier teams are made up of young professionals and college players, in which a couple of names in which you recognize is Langston Galloway, Mac McClung, Frazier the third. So I'm confident that the world team is going to the world championship
You know
team.
some of those guys?
Yeah, yeah, you know, some of those
Okay,
names.
that's impressive, Trey.
So it's going to be. But now when we go start to stray a little is when it comes down to the actual team. Do we get? Does LeBron play? Does Steph hasn't played on the team? I didn't even realize that Steph hasn't played on a gold medal team, or has he? I don't think he
Curry?
has. I think he played on the world's team. I don't think he's played on. Yeah, has he played? He hasn't played on the Olympic team yet, has he?
2016. This had to be. He must have been injured. I guess not. I don't know.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. He's never played on an Olympic team.
Wow.
He plans on playing on the Tokyo Olympics after MVP college. Yeah, so he hasn't played in the Olympics yet. So that's one. I guess that's the last thing you'll lose him is a gold medal. So, but does Steph finally make an appearance? Does he go for gold? And if he does, like who else do we get? Like where do we go from there? Like is the next tier of superstars able to get the gold medal? Does Ja Morant play? I don't see Ja Morant as an Olympic type player. Um, but then again, I could be wrong. John Wall played. So I was like, at this point, I wonder like who Donovan Mitchell, uh, like who at this point,
It
like
don't
who.
matter. The matter is if we get out there and don't win, it's a disgrace because we got ballers. Oh my gosh.
So
We
what
did
we
switch from soccer to basketball quickly though. Was not ready for that. I still trying to figure out how you know these soccer players.
you heard Mac McClung. Mac McClung Mac McClung
Our
is
soccer players aren't that good.
no, these are soccer. These is the
We
world champ. Not that the world champions for basketball. So they still have to qualify. We have to get win the qualifier for basketball. So those were basketball players. Mac McClung, the dude who played for Texas Tech and Georgetown, and the guy that picked up by the Lakers, and he ended up going to Golden State. Now he signed Langston Galloway. Yeah,
Okay. Now
yeah,
Ron's back with us. My
yeah.
bad.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
So that's why it was coming to that. So they play in the qualifier this week. They play the first two games in the qualifier, and then they go from there, and then they play another two games, and then for the first round. The first round they went 5-1. The second round they was due to kick off with the last round ending in February, and then potentially if they win their games, they can the U.S. can qualify as early as November in the next iteration, um, and then maybe not really have to play. I mean, where they can play, but and be able to play for in February to.
We may have some problems in the Olympics. Whose team does the rookie play on that's going to be a rookie next year? You know who the sensation is that everybody keep talking
The
about?
up and coming sensation. I think he is. Is it Greece? Let me see.
So he will be playing with Giannis.
Yes.
Woo!
Is it
Woo!
Greece? Let me see.
Oh! Woo! How much out 2024? I say that because I feel like we're talking about our players that we're gonna select. Who could it be?
Yes,
Is it gonna be Steph, Donovan Mitchell? I
yes,
think we're gonna have to put our best product forward because Greece will be a problem. Joker and Croatia will be a problem. We know Luca and his country is gonna be a problem.
yeah.
Uh, uh, Donovan Mitchell and Trey Young ain't gonna get it done.
And that's why I say, like, who is the prospect to save it? Oh no, he's from Paris.
Patty, what's his name?
It's a Ousmane Dieng.
The 7'2" dude.
Yeah,
Okay, Paris. Wow. No, he'll be playing with the Stifle Tower. Okay, we don't got to worry about that team. The U.S. should be able to take care of that easily. I miss the days where we had to worry about Spain and the Gasol brothers. 08, 2012.
yeah. He's not. Yeah, they're not a problem anymore. Oh, France and
As
Paris got a
long
lot
as
of people.
France does, who they got?
Yeah. Oh, they got their top. Some of the top prospects are all coming out of France.
As long as any of these other countries don't get 2 All-Stars, we'll be good. Like the Gasol brothers was technically 2 All-Stars.
And then they
Tony
had a lot of
Parker,
people to back up. Yeah.
right. So if anybody gets paired with a Giannis, a Joker, or a Luca, Luca got close with the Dragon, but he's getting old. He's
Uh
getting
huh.
old. Um, they need another guy, but we'll have problems. But I don't see any problems for the U.S. Come on, Donovan Mitchell and Trey Young. Y'all can be our backcourt. John Morant's not playing. I don't think he is.
No,
However,
I don't even.
AI
I don't even
played.
think Trey Lance.
AI played in '04. And I look at John Morant like our version of AI.
Yeah, but didn't they do back pretty? Wasn't that the bronze year? The bronze, the
Yeah,
U.S. team that won bronze.
AI, Tim Duncan, LeBron, Carmelo, I think Chauncey Billups, Popovich. That's crazy. What a disappointment.
Does DeMar
That's because
DeRozan
Kobe and Shaq
finally?
ain't play.
And then like, who's the big like
Mm,
cat? Big cat? Like yeah, it's some explaining to do when that comes out
Our
for that
squad
USA
turned weak
team.
with these players you naming.
I really wonder like who's going to be.
A backcourt of Donovan Mitchell and Trey Young, and then our anchor is Cat. Woo! If that ain't the softest American team of all time, I think Zion will play. He's healthy. He's definitely an All American.
Zion.
Yeah,
Mm.
if he stays healthy, we'll see. But he should be healthy. Lose some more weight. Get some legs under you. Um, Jason Tatum's playing. This will be his second year in a row. Well, his second
Okay,
time
yeah,
in a row.
okay, Tatum. So yeah, they start to get some people that we probably could count on.
I think Tatum, Booker plays. They'll probably be returning. They'll be better together. Who's my guard that I want to be on my Olympic team, though? I don't want it to be Trey Young or Donovan. The easy answer is
Steph.
Ja, but he's a question mark.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
Steph is separate.
if Steph does it,
Yeah.
it's over. But Steph don't want to do an Olympic summer basketball in 2 years. If he's coming off the bench, yeah, that could be the perfect role for Steph. Be like the Olympic Mello, the Olympic Steph off the bench. I could do that. I could do that.
I think he does it so he can get the gold medal.
Do we really got any point guards in the NBA that's just like grown men? Like that's like Steph, we're gonna take out of this category, but like we don't got like nobody like a Chauncey Billups in our league, That's a point guard. Like the best we got is Chris Paul, but we can't. He like got 2 more years left. Like who's our
I
point guard of this next generation? The
I
closest we
think it's
got is
because we're
Trey
going
Young.
and moving into the. Yeah, I was about to say. I think we're
Right.
moving into
I don't like
the
it.
combo guard.
The Steph
What
Curry.
about
Oh
Halliburton? Halliburton,
no, he got a long way.
Malcolm Brogdon.
No way.
Oh yeah, you said point guard. So yeah, right now like, and so, but I think it's also a situation where the
Ooh,
point guard
I
is
got a
built.
name. I got a name for us. I got a name for us who could be ready in 2 years. Our point guard, baby. He hit me. Where you can you take a guess? Give me a city. 2 years from now, he gonna be ready. He may be young, but he's ready. Ooh, I want him. I want him at
Oklahoma.
my point guard. I want Booker at the 2, Tatum at the 3. Cat is not starting on this team, but we got our 1. We got to get our 4 and our 5. Cunningham. Don't you love it?
Cunningham. Cunningham. I would take Halliburton over Cunningham.
Wow.
I would take Halliburton over Cunningham.
Wow. Wow. Okay, out of our 3 rookies this year, who's going to be on this 04 team? Our guy Holmgren, Smith, and Banchero. Which one of them is playing on the 2014?
Holmgren.
He can fit. It doesn't matter. You're right.
I don't even know if Banchero play for the U.S. I think he's is he dual? Does he dual citizenship? Or will he
Oh, the
go like?
U.S. gonna love rooting for Holmgren. We got the Great White Hope back, baby. He's gonna be the starting center. Wow, you didn't like my freaking Cunningham pick.
So like I said, Cunningham was before you said that it was the next person I was about to state. But then I think Halliburton might be a better selection than Cunningham. I think Cunningham makes it. He might make the select team to where they the players that come to get them ready. Actually, both of them, Halliburton and Cunningham. But I think we're definitely going to a era to where the names in which we're going to love and cheer for are going to take a back seat, and the up and
My
comes
bad, Dane. My
guys.
bad. Sorry, Trey. My bad, Dane. My bad, Dane. I'm sitting. You don't know how hard I'm sitting over here thinking about all our point guards. I left you out of the
Is
conversation.
Dane
He's right
ready?
along up there.
Is Dane
Yeah,
ready?
don't, Trey.
Is Dane ready? I don't know if Dane ready.
If Dame come to the Lakers, are y'all going to the championship easily? Dame, LeBron, and AD? You don't have to think about that. Just like if you don't have to think about Dame, Booker, and Tatum. Nobody's beating that. I don't care who's with Giannis.
So of course, you're saying that's our time for today. We did it's getting close, Ron. I know
We are
what's y'all
over 8
grad what's
o'clock.
oh it's all cool, it's cool. So we're getting close. I mean it's that time. Be sure to, like you said, catch us we're here every Monday through Friday, 009 to 1100 hours. First for information morning sports talk. Be sure other E2G got a full slate today. Actually, next up, if y'all catch at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or of course 2 Central, the 305 Best Bet Show with Angel and Miles live as they talk about the best bets for the upcoming season. Hey Yo Foxborough with Sandra Marshall is at 4:15 today Eastern Standard Time, and Down the Left Field Line Baseball Show at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch some of those shows on the E2G network for today. Ron, when's the draft for the Sports Shenanigan League?
The Sports and Shenanigans draft every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Sports and Shenanigans will be the second Wednesday before the season starts. The season starts on a Thursday.
Okay.
I think it's September 9th. So probably like the end of August, I think, that Wednesday. It's going to be a live show. It's going to be a vibe. Thank you for joining and getting in there, Trey. I'm looking forward to you and beating you in all the leagues that we are in together.
It's advantageous. So then I will have to present receipts. I would just be able. It'd just be you. Experience would be because
Ain't
they
gonna
would.
need no receipts next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, ain't gonna need no receipts. It's just everyone to just be
Word
able
of
to
mouth.
witness the experience. So you know, what I'm saying I greatly appreciate Ron being on today. Hope to see him on Monday as we talk about some of the games over the course of the weekend. That Bishop should be
Oh
back.
yeah.
He's probably still out celebrating his anniversary from yesterday. Uh, like
10
I said,
years. Shout out
10 years,
Bishop.
10 years, 10 years, 10 to 12. Uh, so
When is
y'all
y'all
high school,
draft?
27th, I think. 27th.
Ooh. Are we doing it
Yes.
live on the show?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to see how many people because right now we only have 6 people. So if we get some, I want to set up and continue to send some. If they don't come in, then I want to open it up, and if no one gets in, then we'll close it out and we'll rock with it from there. So of course, less than 10, we'll do it right here. If not, we'll take it to Zoom and do it live, and you know, what I'm saying do a conversation, you know, chopping it up, and all that. So a whole vibe, like you said, like we usually say. So definitely
Okay.
ready
Bet.
for that. So we say peace to y'all today at high speeds. Enjoy y'all day. Be back here on Monday.